Welcome, Lindsay. I don't know if you can hear or talk or whatever. So glad you're here. I've heard so many good things about you. And this is our third call for this month. So I'm going to go over some things that may seem a little bit foreign to you, a little bit overwhelming, but that's okay. You can always go back and watch the other calls. But this week, I want to really talk to you guys about your posts, your inviting, and I also want to walk you through how to actually sign someone up with ShareCart, because Andrea, I don't know if we had ShareCart back when you were coaching. I kind of don't think we did, but it's a super, super simple way to enroll people with whatever it is that they're signing up with. Challenge Pack, if you have customers that want to try Energize, things like that, I'm going to show you how to do that. But basically, you guys, like if you hear nothing else today, I want to tell you that my entire business, the foundations of this business revolve. I went through this yesterday in the training. I went live about it. But this is our business activity tracker. Beachbody sets us up so well with successful tools to help us be good coaches. And at the end of the day, our job is to basically work on our own health and fitness, make that a priority, share that story on social media, inspire people with our message of hope, transformation. You know, for us girls, it's most of us, it's faith that's incorporated into our fitness journey. And so we're sharing, we're being proof that the products work, Shakeology, the workouts, everything. And we do that through social media. We're running challenge groups every month. Our goal is to find 3 people each month who want to join our boot camps with Shakeology and access to the workouts. And then obviously, eventually you will grow a team as well. That's where your income really starts to grow. That's where we really create this larger ripple effect, because I can only help so many people every month. You know, Andrea can only help so many people. Tracy can only help so many people. And so when we recruit a team and teach them, like I'm teaching you guys how to do this, we help more people, and it's really a beautiful system. But my business has been built from day one by doing the things that are on this tracker every single day. Now, I'll be honest, I don't work a whole lot on Saturday and Sundays. I don't work really at all on Sundays unless I'm messaging my team a little bit. And I believe you can build a successful business Monday through Friday. And more than anything, I want to help people get healthy, but I also want to help you guys live a life that allows you to be a coach, but also creates these freedoms for your family that only coaching can really provide. But I don't want you to be a slave to your business, because I've been there, I've been taught that, and I don't want to teach that to you guys. Okay, so definitely listen, take notes, ask questions, whatever, but make sure you have this printed off. It is in the file section of our group. You can find it in your Coach Online office. It's everywhere. This is actually a book that I had bound at Office Max or somewhere, and I just had it like 50 of them printed off for the whole year. All right, so I still used it from day one, use it today, 5 years into it, elite coach, like, yeah, use it, trust me. All right, so today, hey, hold on a second. Henry, will you go turn the air down to like 70, please? Henry's homesick today, so he's my little servant. Okay, so let me talk about, I went through this. If you didn't see my live video yesterday on just kind of quickly taking you through the tracker, please watch that. But let's talk about posting first, because obviously I think that this is where a lot of coaches really get tripped up. They really get overwhelmed. They really get kind of discouraged by starting to put their story out there. And it's really not as complicated as we make it out to be. I was not a girl who posted on social media at all when I started. I had like 150 friends on Facebook, no following on Instagram. And so I literally had to start from the ground up, okay? And so your posts are really important. As a brand new coach, like I would definitely encourage you to post at least once, probably 2 times a day. I usually post like once, sometimes 2 times a day. Instagram algorithms really, I think, penalize us if we post more than that. So our goal is going to be to make a value added post, a post that has a purpose and you want to accomplish something with this post, and to not just be throwing things up there just to get a post out, right? So I'm definitely going to encourage you post 1 to 2 times a day, because also people are online at different times. So I find that my posting schedule works really well, that if I post early in the morning, like my people are online early in the morning, that's when I get the most traction on a post. Or either at night, like after 7:30. I'm a mom. I have a lot of moms who follow me. So you can actually get an app called When to Post, and it's free. It will actually kind of give you the best targeted times of when to post based on how your Instagram posts have done thus far. So that's a really cool app you can do. But this is a social media business. Like if you're not posting, then you're not building your business, right? And so like I always encourage you from the very in prep week of this business builders course, I told you to fill out your color wheel. If you have not done that, go back in your prep tasks in the units. Here, I can actually show you guys this just so you know what I'm talking about. Go back to your prep and look at the color wheel. This is going to be your content guide. If you're like, Rachel, I don't know what to post, then you probably have not filled out your color wheel. And that's totally okay, but you're going to do it now. That's going to be our goal. So let's see, I lost it. This is our business builders page, right? Under the unit section, it's called, in the pre-training start, it's called Branding and the Power of You. And this is your color wheel. Watch the video, save the little image to your phone or your computer, and fill it out. Like, what separates you from the rest of the Beachbody coaches? There is no oversaturation in this market. There is no scarcity mindset. We just have to be ourselves, and we'll help people who are like us. Let me see what you said. Andrea, can you write the name of the app? Yes, it is called When to Post. Okay. Literally, yeah, When to Post. And I can show you my screen too on my phone to help you with that. But you're going to just start to post about these things. For me personally, what are things that are unique to me? I'm a boy mom. We love to be outdoors. We're very outdoorsy people. We like to hike. We like to camp. Obviously, my faith is a huge part of who I am. Matt and I like to, our marriage. At this point, our boys are 8 and 10 years old. Like, we've really gotten to a point where it's fun to go out. It's fun to plan getaways. It's fun to be by ourselves. We're not worried about the kids. And so, like, healthy marriages, things like that. I really am very focused on teaching discipleship of our families too. That's something I've kind of transitioned into, felt called to do, to talk about more. And so, if you're a cancer survivor, if you love to scrapbook, if you love to go to NASCAR races or whatever, just fill out your color wheel. Do you collect coffee mugs? Are you a dog mom? There's a million different things about each of us, but you just kind of want to hone it in and build this brand around who you are, right? So when you're posting, it's not just going to be health and fitness. If you start just posting sweaty selfies, people are going to stop following you, and they're not going to get to know you. You want people to feel like you are giving them a glimpse into your home, into your life, into what is important to you. And honestly, 9 times out of 10, people are going to connect with that first before they will your health and fitness challenge groups, right? So still post about health and fitness. Stories give us an opportunity to do that every single day. But as far as your grid, you want it to be a good balance of who you are, so that when somebody comes to your page, they don't just see a whole lot of the same thing over and over and over. And so I'm going to share my screen with you guys again, just so you can see this, so you can see my grid. So this is my Instagram grid, and that's what I mean when I say grid. You can see, so up here, my bio. Your bio is really important. It gives people a glimpse into who you are before they even scroll down. So obviously, my faith is super important to me. I'm into food and fitness. I'm a certified master coach in Ultimate Portion Fix, but I didn't put Ultimate Portion Fix or Beachbody or anything like that on there, because I don't want people just to see me as Beachbody. My brand is much bigger than that. that, and I want it to be bigger than that. I've got this hashtag, surviving mommyhood. I'm a Southern girl, obviously a goal getter. I don't say I own my own business, but if I'm a goal getter, that implies it, right? I have a way to reach out to me, and then I have this Linktree form, which you guys can all do. It's free. You just go to Linktree and link it to your IG. And that allows people, if they do want more information about my groups, about meal prep tips, or about, to join my team, there's a link to my blog, and I can always change this up. So if I do a freemium, like giveaway, like if you want my meal plan from this week, click the link in my bio. If you want my workout playlist, click the link in my bio, right? So I can give away free things, free value here as well. So Linktree is a good thing to have in there. But if you scroll through my feed and you don't see anything about faith or fitness or family or anything like that, then I'm not doing my job, right? And so if you scroll through, it's not just health and fitness. There's faith. There is fitness. This is just like a fun thing that I did. This was me and Matt on a travel vacation. There's me and my boys. Like I'm sharing tips about building a business. So I stick to that color wheel. And that color wheel is really going to help you when you're like, I don't even know what to post, right? So make sure you print that off, you fill it out. Also, you should definitely, we talk about Transformation Tuesday a lot. If you're not seeing your transformation every 2 or 3 scrolls, see, I haven't even put mine in there that much, which is, I have, but if you're not showing your transformation, then you definitely need to be doing that. I say like every 9 to 12 squares, you need to have your transformation in there, because people come to learn about you. And even if you don't have a huge transformation yet, that is totally, totally okay. You will have one, and people are going to love following along on your journey as you take care of yourself and you fight for your body, right? So what are some things that you can post about? We talked about the color wheel. Definitely, guys, like in every post, I don't care if it's a post about your challenge group, a post inviting to coaching, let's be a team that adds value, right? Every post has a purpose, and it might be that you want to just share something funny. You might want to inspire. You might want to educate. You might want to invite to your challenge group or your coaching, but we can add value in some way through every post. And I love that about this business. Like, I love that about this business. So this morning, I just encouraged people. Tonight, I'm going to share a picture of food, and I'm going to talk about meal planning, or I don't know what exactly, honestly, I should know by now, but I will post something. I'm going to share a tip about, how do I get my kids to eat clean, or, how did meal prepping last week pay off today, right? And so like definitely add value. You can share dinner ideas. If you have kids, talk about the fact that, my kids don't love to eat the healthy food that we have, but I require them to try something every time I make it, right? I'm not trying to create a picture perfect persona here. I'm trying to inspire real moms who are just like me to keep going, even when the road gets hard, right? You can share snacking tips, late night. Are you a binge eater? Do you find yourself in the pantry late at night? Like, give people tips on how to avoid that and how you've overcome. There have been different points of my story that I've shared things I've never shared before. About a year into coaching, I shared that I struggled with bulimia in college. That was really hard for me to share. But do you know how many people related with that, you guys? Like, we are not here to be perfect, but to inspire. So, post about your color wheel, post your workout selfie a few times a week. Definitely use your stories. We're going to talk about that as well in just a little bit, but just share what's happening in your life. Don't try to reach out there and try to be like me. If you don't have kids that are my age, it's not going to make sense to talk about the things that I talk about. I don't have small babies anymore, so I don't really talk about that a lot. I can go back and talk about that part of my story, but I really just be true to who you are, right? Okay. And so like my feed is a lot of just daily life, fitness inspiration, things I'm reading for my personal development, from my scripture. People are going to get tired of sweaty selfies. They don't care that you work out so much as why you do it. So, build that story around that. If you are building on Facebook, obviously you can create a Facebook banner, but I encourage you really to focus on Instagram. If you're brand new, your Facebook community is going to be what we call your warm market. Those are the people that you already know that probably you connect with the best, and those are probably going to be your first challengers, right? So start there. Start to share your life on Instagram and on Facebook right now. I'd say later that you will probably primarily focus on Instagram because that's where you can grow the most. But you're just going to start to post, and I post the same things on Instagram that I post on my Facebook page, right? So I just copy it and paste it every time I post. So there's not a lot of, extra work by doing it on 2 platforms, and it's super easy. Handle objections in your photos. In your posts. Like if you're inviting and you have a lot of people who are saying, I don't have time to work out, or that's too expensive, or nobody supports me, or, I just don't know where to start. Like those are your post ideas. You can make a post and share bits and pieces from your story to handle objections. Later, I'm going to talk about tonight in my post, I definitely want to talk about clean eating and how it's an investment in myself, and how when you do it smart, you're not actually, if you're planning out your meals, I think I'm going to go with the meal planning post tonight is what I'm going to do, because I had that same objection. I didn't want to buy Shakeology. I thought it was crazy expensive, $4 a day. What? But then when I started to break down what I was eating, what I was putting into my body, what I was grabbing on the go because I wasn't planning, then that's where I started to save money. Now I make a meal plan. I grocery shop for that meal plan. I don't go through the drive-thru. I don't buy Diet Cokes. I don't buy Starbucks anymore. So I'm probably honestly saving money by drinking Shakeology now. People give you the time objection. Post about your workout. Saves a 30-minute workout. Like that's all I needed. One of my coaches is doing 22-minute hardcore. It's a 22-minute workout. If you don't have time for 22 minutes, you're not making your health a priority, honestly, right? And so your posts are you're going to be practicing this. Don't be overwhelmed. Don't say, I don't know where to start. Look at your business activity tracker. It just says, do a social media post that showcases the benefits of your healthy lifestyle, or a call to action. And, healthy lifestyle can be spiritual. It can be motivational. It can be family related. It can be about food. It can be about your workout. It doesn't matter, but make a post every day that lets people into your world, that lets people into your journey. And hear this. No stock photos. I say this all the time, and I still have coaches who ignore me and they get like 0 traction on their pages. No stock photos. People can go and find stock photos on their own. They want to know, if you share a scripture verse, put it into your post, the writing. Take a picture. You can take a picture of you like weeding your garden, and it doesn't matter. Like people are going to read your post, but so long as the picture is of you and it's somewhat eye-catching, that's important, all right? So that's another thing when we're talking about photos. Make sure your lighting is good. Don't post a crappy photo. Nobody's going to stop and read what you have to say. And you don't have to have like this perfect preset. You don't have to have all these things that like Instagrammers tell you do today. It just has to be a good, clear picture of you, okay? So that's important too. Instagram stories, y'all. This is where it's at. Like, honestly, this is where it's at. Instagram stories are fun. I know a lot of people at first are like, oh my gosh, I have to record myself working out. Well, yeah, you kind of do. You do, but you don't have to do it like all day long. And it's really weird and it's really awkward at first. But what better way to show people like, hey, I'm working out at home. I have a couple of sets of weights and these are the moves I'm doing. If they see you do it, they think I can do that too, right? And so Instagram stories is very much like a reality TV show. That's kind of the way that you have to think about it, because I've always been that girl who's like, nobody cares what I'm doing. People don't care if I'm buying shampoo at the store or what kind of shampoo I'm buying. But honestly, they really do. It's kind of freaky. People are a little bit crazy. So you just kind of have to think of your Instagram stories as that. It's like a reality TV show. Now, again, there are a lot of coaches who are on their stories all day long. And I'm like, holy goodness, their kids are not going to know what they look like without a phone in their hand, right? And I don't want us to be that way either. So I say like 10, 15, probably no more than like 20 stories a day. Just depends if I'm doing a story series or not. But I want to take you through my stories and just kind of show you what I do. And again, this tracker gives you like the exact things that you need to post in your stories. All right. So if you click on that photo, the camera up at the top, and I'm gonna walk you through this because somebody asked me about it today. You have all these options. Like you have just a normal photo. You can do a boomerang where it does like funny stuff. You can do super zoom. Hands-free is how I would that's how I record my workout. Record my workout photos. Okay, so this is, and I use the filters because I like the filters, and I do filter free Friday, so I'm always real. But like if I just set my phone up on my desk or a tripod, and I just record myself working out. Just hit record, and it records it in 15-second increments. Okay, so if I wanted to talk about my challenge group, I could go on here and say, hey, I've had a lot of you guys ask me about my challenge group, my upcoming boot camp, and we are actually going to focus on slimming down in the summertime. And I can talk to people that way. It gives people a really real opportunity to see into your life. Like honestly, right now, I will probably take a picture of, let's see, this is something I love to do. I'll take a picture of you guys. So everybody smile. Andrea, smile. Okay, see, I can do that. I'm just going to save it and do it later. So like stories is just a way to show people what you're doing. And you can type words on your photos. See, this is me talking to the camera. You can put these polls on your photos. Super easy to do. I did a little story series last night about how to use the Unfold app. That's a really good one. So what do I do with this? Like, how is this helping my business grow, right? One, I'm sharing tips. Two, I'm being proof of the products when I show my workouts, and I always usually have Shakeology in there somewhere. I am adding value. I'm showing just like a glimpse into who I am. Like I made these salmon cakes. They were not pretty, but they turned out to be tasty. So I did this poll. So what I do now is I take that poll and I go through and I can just like actually message someone. Oh, you guys can't see my screen. Hold on. I'm not sharing it. Okay, so this is my story I did yesterday about the salmon patties, right? And so if I click on these faces down here on the bottom left, it shows me one, for 24 hours, it will show me who actually saw my story, but it will also tell me who voted in the poll, okay? And I'll tell you right now, you're not going to get a lot of votes in your polls about fitness groups and coaching. You might get some, but when you post and you do polls just about regular things in life, people love to participate. They love to participate. They love to give you their opinion. And so this was about the salmon patties. And so what I did this morning is I went back and I looked to see who voted, and you can click on this little arrow beside their name, and it will actually send them the story that they voted in and your message. So I just sent a message like, oh my gosh, we ate these all the time growing up. Did you? Okay, I end it with a question because I want them to respond, right? So it's a really organic way to start conversations with people and it be genuine and not like a cold, hey, I'm running a challenge group. Do you want to join my boot camp? No, I want to connect with people over other stuff first. I want to build a relationship. This is just a funny, like I love a white sectional. I love a white sectional and it's hard to clean. And then I also like to recognize other coaches and my challengers in my story. So that's a really good way. All I did was I clicked on her post. I chose the arrow beside her post and it says, gave me the option to add to stories. This was the thing about Unfold. Let's see. And then I kind of have a system to my stories as well. You know, in the mornings, you're going to see I have a routine. Like I wake up, I read my devotion, I read my quiet time or my scripture, and I always share some type of takeaway. It's really easy to brand yourself in stories, you guys. Like I usually pull a scripture that I feel really speaks to me while I'm reading, and I share it with my followers, adding value, sharing my faith. That's so huge to me. And so I just make this in WordSwag every single morning, all right? And it's something that people come to expect from me. It doesn't get boring. People come to see what scripture that I'm going to post every single day, all right? And then, again, my proof of the products. I had a rest day on my workout program today, so I went running. I shared a little bit about what was on my heart. I shared some encouragement through my stories. You know, we're doing this Mom Strong boot camp, and I showed that I put a a note in Milo's lunchbox. So like people know I have kids. This is my color wheel right here. All right. And then I do have a blog. You don't have to have a blog to be a coach. I think it's great. But I shared a blog post about the getaway Matt and I went on last week. So I just directed people to my blog. And then I like to show people how I work, because I want to recruit coaches, right? I want to recruit people who want to work this business. And Henry is at home sick today, and I worked in my bed for a little while. See, I have my shake in the picture. Although I didn't say anything about Shakeology, people see that I'm drinking it every single day, so that when I come to invite them to my boot camps, they're like, oh, Rachel drinks it. Like if she drinks it every day, I probably could too. Some days I will talk about it. I'll talk about my hormone control or my cholesterol control or my superfoods or my veggies in a glass. Like someday I do get more detailed about it because I want people to understand the value, but this was just from today. I shared a post from another coach on our team who's seeing some results in her fitness. And so it was really easy, again, just to copy that and post it in there. This was a quote or a post from somebody. It's unrelated to like coaching, but it was a really good message. So I just shared that there for my followers. Okay. And so if you need to know, like for this one, I could use a filter on it. I could say like hanging out with my new mentees for an hour every week. And then I can change like the wording. You can just play with it. Like if you need to like Google, there's lots of YouTube videos, but of course I share stuff in here too, as well. And I can even tag, like I can tag, what's your faith? Is this you? Is that you, Andrea? No, I can't remember. There's a lot of, what is yours? Faith? Tell me what it is. I can't remember what your name is.
Faith in that one, the first one you had.
That one's it?
Yeah.
Okay, so there, I can tag you in it. And so like when you get a notification, you can actually add this to your stories, okay? So it's a really cool thing to do. All right, so stories, like I said, is kind of where it's at. And they're really fun. Like, don't let it overwhelm you. Like, have fun with it, because it's just a super cool way to be yourself, to share a message that you have on your heart, and give people an opportunity to engage. All right. We can use it to influence people for good. We don't want to show people that we're on our phones all day long, but we can use social media to do good things, you guys, like without a shadow of a doubt. All right. So, and you can invite in your stories. I invite to something every single day in my stories, whether it's coaching or boot camp or to give something away. I invite every day in a non-salesy way, and they go away in 24 hours. So they're gone, and you just kind of start over every single day. So that's really cool. And then, okay, so let's talk about advertising for your challenge group. Here's the thing. Like, you guys are newer to coaching. You may not have even, Lindsay, I don't know if you've made your coach announcement yet, but you're going to start posting, and people are probably going to be like, what is she up to? Like, what's going on? She's starting to post, and you're just going to have to expect that. Because what would you do if somebody just started posting sweaty selfies and sharing tips? Like, you would have to think, I wonder what she's doing. And people are going to wonder what you're doing. So it's going to be really important to talk about it. On our team calendar, if you guys have seen that, hopefully our May team calendar, I share one every month. I have kind of like a posting plan, not kind of, it is a posting plan for you guys to follow as far as what you are going to post on social media. And it's very simple. I just give you a topic, and you guys actually just take it and use them as your own. So let me try to find this photo. So like on every Sunday, I do a call to action post, and I share with you guys my post, typically what it is. But this is our calendar that I created. So you see in these little blue text, like on Monday or Sundays is a call to action post. Mondays are an inspiration post. Tuesdays are transformation. Share your transformation. Even if you don't have one, talk about that. Wednesdays are value added. Like I said, I'm going to talk tonight about meal planning or something nutrition related. Thursdays, I talk about coaching every single week. It's like you can do it in a ton of different ways, but every week I'm going to talk about coaching. Fridays are usually fun. They're usually like Flex Friday or 5 Things About Me Friday or Foodie Friday. Saturdays are just freestyle. I usually show people what I'm doing in my family, with my family, and do something inspirational. So that is where your posts are going to be. And so you can post a couple of times a week about your challenge group, right? About the coaching opportunity. And you can tell people what a challenge group is. And don't go like word vomit crazy, but tell your story. Tell people, how you got started in health and fitness. Share a struggle that you struggled with. Talk to people about, community or finding a plan, being able to work out from home, whatever it is. Just take pieces of your story, and that's what your posts are going to be. You're going to start out with you and your story. Don't go overboard. Just find an image, no words on it, a picture of you, and tell people what you have to offer. I've got a boot camp that's starting June 3rd or June 6th. I don't even know what the days are. Henry, baby, go get some water. Go get some water. It starts this day. We're going to be working out 30 minutes from home, holding each other accountable, logging our workouts, logging our meal plans, things like that. And I want you to join me. I have 5 spots. We start on June 3rd, and I'm only going to add 5 people until that date, right? So got to give a call to action. Tell me below if you want in, drop an emoji if you want to chat, and tell people what to do. And then when you talk about that, when you make those posts, you guys, you're going to have people that like and comment, even if it's just a few people. Those are the people that you are going to invite to your boot camps. If someone likes one of my posts about my challenge group, I send them a message and I say very simply, hey, thank you so much for the love on that post. I'm so excited about this upcoming boot camp and what we're going to do together. Are you open to learning more about the group? Can I send you some information? Or can you tell me about your health and fitness goals? Don't overcomplicate it. Like, don't overcomplicate talking to people about what you're doing and let fear stop you. Because like I heard a coach say this recently, you can't say the right thing to the wrong person, and you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, right? So you're going to invite people, and depending on where they're at in their life, like they're going to be ready or not ready. And that's no reflection of you. It's just a reflection of where they are. So make your posts, talk about challenge groups. We have a lot of examples that we share, samples that I can share with you to use in your stories about what a challenge group is, and you guys just start doing it. Start posting, start doing your stories. It's going to be practice. If you don't ever do it, you won't ever get good at it, all right? So tell your story and it will get easier. Now, if you guys have questions as I'm talking, just unmute yourself or type in the chat bar, okay? Let's see. Inviting. You got to do it. You just got to do it. I think this is harder for me, even still today, especially way back when I started. Inviting is so much harder than actually just posting. Posting was hard to start, but I had a good little boost when I first started, and I had some people come to me from my posts, but I really had to start inviting people to my challenge groups. Remember, our goal every month is 3 people. And you know what? If you end May with 1 person that joins your boot camp, you still help somebody, right? But if you're here to build a business and to start off strong, like your goal is 3 people a month. That has to be a non-negotiable for a long-term, like growth-focused business, right? Now, I do have some hobby coaches who are just like, I just want to share my story. I want to help some people every now and then. I don't care about Success Club, but I teach Success Club to my team, okay? So who are you going to invite? Start with people you know. Andrea, I know your situation's a little bit unique, but you can still go back to those people who joined your boot camps before, and they can still switch back and make you their coach if they want to start again with a challenge pack. It's not a problem unless they're a coach already. So start with people that you know. Send a message to people that says, hey, Sally, you know what? Like, I've started to do this thing where I'm working out at home. I'm meal planning. I've joined a community of women online. We are doing this together, and it's really awesome because I'm not doing this alone. I'm working out at home. from a Wi-Fi workout, but I'm not doing it alone because I have this community of women who are working on goals alongside me. And you were one of the first people I thought about. Would you be open to learning more about what the challenge group is and joining our next boot camp? Simple, right? If they say yes and you're like, oh crap, what do I say? We have conversations in the training and we can help you. And that's what that group, that business builders group, is for. If somebody asks you a question like, is Shakeology gluten-free? And you're like, I don't know, post it in our training. We will help you. We will answer you. Okay. So inviting has to be happening behind the scenes in addition to your social media posts. You can't just post as a coach and hit success up. That's why it's on this tracker every day to invite at least 5 people to a challenge group or to learn about the coaching opportunity. There's even a little time limit there. You can spend 15 minutes a day doing this, and you don't have to overthink it and say, I don't know who to invite. You're going to invite close friends and family, people that you're friends with already, people who are liking and commenting on your posts, and people who are watching your stories. Social media, I say this all the time, social media is social. And so if they're there watching your stories and they're there liking your posts, they have started a conversation with you on their own. All right. So that's who you're going to invite first. And again, if you're posting, if you're adding value, if you're being yourself, people will follow you. And every day you are going to initiate connections and add followers. So every day you're going to be adding people. You're going to follow people on Instagram, and you're going to add friends on Facebook. Those are going to be your new eyes as you continue to grow your business. Like I said, I started with 150 friends on Facebook, had 0 followers on Instagram when I started. 0. Now I have almost 11,000. All right. And it's just been a consistent every day. I followed or added 5 to 10 people. And that's it. And so I never run out of people to talk to. Right. So, how do you make those connections? Because I'm not going to teach my team to be a cold inviting team. And when I say cold invites, that means like complete strangers. You just send them a message and say, hey, do you want to join my challenge group? Now, if they are liking a lot of your posts about challenge groups, if they're watching all your stories about challenge groups, if they're voting in your polls, yeah, then heck yeah, I'm going to say, hey, thanks for following me, and comment on something on their page, and then say, I noticed you've followed a lot of my stories about my upcoming boot camp. Would you like some more information about that? Right. But for the most part, every single day, I spend about 20 to 30 minutes of my time just starting conversations with people, genuine conversations. Like, oh my gosh, I love your family photos. Where did you have those done? Your Mother's Day outfit was so adorable. Where can I find those pants? Or, you have the cutest dog. What breed is it? Do your kids do well with the dog in the house? I'm starting genuine conversations, and this takes a little bit of time, but it pays off in the long run because, people don't feel like you're just hounding them and saying, hey, sell something, right? That's not our goal. Yeah, we want to have people buy Shakeology. We want people to do our workout programs, but it's because it works and we're showing people that it works, okay? And so this is a total compound effect. Everything, and again, everything, you can't just do some of the things and not the other things. It's a compound effect. It doesn't mean you're going to have tons of people busting down your door to join your boot camps right away. Honestly, a lot of people are waiting for you to give up. A lot of people are waiting for you to stop posting. A lot of people are waiting to see what you actually do. Will you actually stick with this? And so in the beginning, guys, honestly, you are going to work a lot for a little. In the beginning of this business, because of the structure, you're going to be undercompensated for your work now, but later on you will be overcompensated. This is not a get rich quick business like a lot of marketing plans. It's a come in, do the work, set yourself up for success, and this business will grow. Okay. So like I said, coaching has brought me home to my family. I was a former full-time college history instructor. Now I get to be home. Now I make twice as much as I did as a teacher, probably more than that, more than twice as much. And it's just because I've always shown up to do the work in my own business. All right. So these things I'm teaching you may be overwhelming a little bit, but that's okay. Just start where you are. Start where you are. All right. And as you're as you're inviting people, as you're connecting with people, it's going to be super important to follow up. Again, that's why it's on here. Spend time every day. Hey, bud, following up with people. All right. Hi. So, because people are going to be busy. Like, people are busy. Think about how many times you read a message and you're in the car with the kids, or you're at the grocery store, or whatever, you're in the bed and then your kid cries and you have to get up. Like, people are busy and they might see your message and not respond. Or you might be talking to people about a challenge group and they totally go silent, right? Maybe they need more information. Maybe they don't understand. Maybe it's a bad time financially for them. Don't be afraid to follow up and be bold and get to the point. Hey, I've got 2 spots left. Your name's on one of them. Do you want me to save it or give it to somebody else, right? And here's one thing too. Hear this. I'll say it a lot. When people say no to your boot camps, it's okay. Like, it's okay. You have to expect that people are going to say no. You're going to get a lot more no's than yeses, but they will later join your boot camps if you stick with this. I promise you. Because people, again, have to figure out what you're doing. Maybe they just don't understand, or maybe it's a bad time. But when someone tells me, no, I'm not going to do it this month, I always give them something. I don't say, okay, see you later. I always say, okay, I run a challenge group every month. Can I follow up with you in June? And if they're like, yes, I'm like, okay, I will. But for now, here's my meal plan I created last week. Take it, use it, tweak it if you have to, but get started doing something now. All right. So that is always my approach to people who say no. And then track it. Like, you have to track. I love this tracker because on the back, it actually gives you a place to write people's names. And to just make notes with them and write if you followed up with them. It is amazing. Use your tracker, your business activity tracker, use your calendar, use a journal, a notebook, pad, whatever, it doesn't matter. But just make sure that you're writing down who you're talking to, and so that you don't forget to follow up with them. Personal development is really important too. I always suggest the compound effect or the slight edge. Make sure you're reading something 10 to 15 minutes a day max. You don't have to spend more time than that, but that is going to be your juice on the days that you don't want to keep going, right? It's going to be hard to stick with this if you're not doing personal development. It makes sense. To the books that I suggested talk about consistency, talk about the momentum effect, how it pays off to just continue to show up and build your business every single day, and it will motivate you. Actually use, do you have water? Stop drinking Coke and get a water. Okay. Actually use a lot of the content from the personal development books in my posts as a brand new coach. So, that really helped me a lot, not only to stay focused, but also give me things to talk about. Like, give me ways to inspire people. So that was really big for me. Okay, so that is kind of all that I have. Like, Andrea, do you have questions for me? All right, I said water. Okay, sorry.
Well, not really. Just that inviting. I mean, sometimes I'm hesitant on pursuing that. Like, for example, there's 2 people at church that they're interested and they show interest, and I kind of didn't want to say anything. I did say that I was excited about it and what I was doing, but I didn't say, do you want to do it with me? Just because I don't want to be like, no, thank you.
Well, I mean, you're going to have people that say that, and it's okay. You can still continue to inspire them.
Yeah. But how do I go once they want to, and they already asked me? Yeah. So should I go ahead and tell them about the program?
Okay, so here's what I do. My method is this. Like, I start conversations, I build that relationship. At some point I invite them, whether, I take some time building that relationship first, or whether I just, like, they're following me, they're watching everything that I do in my stories, and I'm like, hey girl, thanks for following. Do you want to join a boot camp? Because you're watching my journey. Like, why don't you start your own? Okay. You're really loud. Can you go out just for a little bit, bud? I'm almost done. And so he doesn't feel bad, by the way. I'm not being a bad mom. He's just coughing a lot. So I will, if they say, yes, I'm interested, then I start with, like, asking them questions. Ask them questions like, Do you have specific goals for your health? Do you have a weight loss goal? What do you struggle with the most? I think it's really good to create some type of form, Andrea. I don't know if you did this before, but you can create a free form for them to fill out on Google Forms or on Wufoo. I'll share with you my Wufoo form that I have. Hold on just a second. I'll show you. I know you've seen it. You filled it out before. But let's see. Hold on just a second. Yeah. So like, I don't send this form until I've talked to them a little bit. Like, I'm not just going to invite them and say, hey, fill out this form. I'm going to invite them. And if they say they're interested, then I'm going to ask them a series of questions. Like, tell me your goals. Like, what do you want to do in your health and fitness? What type of exercise has worked for you in the past? Like, what's your biggest struggle point, nutrition or exercise? And so I try to get them to talk to me a little bit and to connect with their goals. And then I'm like, okay, I think that this challenge group would be perfect for you. Would you fill out this form so I can get a little bit of information to get your email address, and also to it will help me guide you in how I want to, get you started. And so when they fill this form out, I get a notification, I take their email address, and then I have a Google Doc that I save. That's an email that I send to people, and I'll share that with you guys too. Hold on just a second. Let's see. Here it is. It's a lot of information, but again, I am not sending this until I've had a really good conversation with them, right? And so it has all the information about the group, what it does, what the cost is. It even has links to enroll if they're ready to enroll. And so that is it. So I'll send that email after I've kind of built that relationship first, and they filled out my form, and I'll send it. Sometimes people just sign up. Sometimes people are like, oh, that's a lot of money. Sometimes people are like, go silent, but I always follow up. If I send the email, I'm going to follow up, right? And you might find that they just have questions. They just have questions about what they're getting into, or what all's in the challenge pack. Some people don't read the email, and some people don't know what flavor of Shakeology to order. And so I keep that relationship going strong, and I don't just invite and walk away. I don't just send the email and walk away. Like, I always follow up and ask what questions they have. Okay. But that email will tell them everything. So the steps are basically invite, build a relationship, ask them the questions, help them connect with their why, tell them the challenge group would be great for them, send them the application, and then send the email. Okay. So I'll type all that out too, just so you guys have that. So I'll even type up like a sample conversation for you. Okay. Yeah. So, if those people have been like, oh, you're doing great, then I would just go back to them and say, hey, thank you so much for the encouragement. That means so much. I can invite a couple people to our boot camp next month. Would you be interested? Would you be open to learning more about what I'm doing and how you can get started too? Okay. If they say no, it's okay. It's okay. You just keep doing your thing. So I think for you right now, definitely don't get overwhelmed with the inviting. You can start to hit Success Club whenever you want to. I think that for you, I think growing your social media is going to be really big right now, as well as, just focusing on really getting your own results. So, say, yes, I'm a coach, but I've got to focus on me right now. And you can be a coach and build a business while you do that. But, just keep sharing your story. You're doing a great job. Your posts are always so good. Your pictures are good. And so if you want to wait until June to really start inviting people, you can do that. Okay. Okay. But just remember, you're having a good time sharing your story. You love the workout programs. You love the community. That's what you're selling. You're not selling a product. You're selling something that's working for you, and you're selling your story. Okay. So we have to be bold and inviting, and it is scary, and it's just something that you just have to jump into even before you're ready. But you can do it. So you just decide what you want to do right now.
Okay.
All right. Does that help?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any other questions?
That's really it for now.
Okay. Good deal. just keep doing it. Just add a little bit something every day. But I would definitely print this off and do this. What?
Yeah, I will. Yeah, you were talking about that share card.
Share a card, yes. Okay. Let's it keeps logging me out. Hold on. It's so easy to enroll people now. Hold on.
Rachel.
Hello. What's your name? Oh, you're so cute. Okay. Here we go. So this is like the Beachbody website. I'm logged in as myself. And so when you're a coach, you hover over coach and go over to share a cart. And this is how you will enroll people. All you have to have is their email address. Like this is how I enrolled you. Put in there and we'll put in Matt. Okay. And so it's going to say, not recognize him. So put in his name. You can sign them up as a coach or a customer. Yes, I have their permission. And then you find their challenge pack. Okay. And so if they're ordering something else, you can add that too. But obviously for Success Club points, they have to have a challenge pack. And so I'm going to go. And I would say like 90% of people sign up with the Beachbody On Demand, and it's going to give you these options like Beachbody On Demand with all their performance line. I typically just use the third one, but some people do their performance. But if I click on Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology, you just have to choose their flavor of Shakeology. Is it going to be, like 30 servings or 20? Select continue. And then you just send the email, and it comes to their email to sign up. It's very easy. And you can add other things to their cart too. But that's how you're going to sign people up.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
It's very easy.
Yeah.
All right, girl.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to go. Matt's home. You know where I'm at. You know how to get in touch with me, and we'll just keep going. All right? Bye.
Bye.
Bye.